Hi, this is Elizabeth Pampalone, and thanks for watching Absolute Marketing. Today we're going to talk about what to do when you have so much content. Now, I know this is some of you. Some of you are like, I can't even create so much content. I have no content at all. But there are some of you out there that have so much content, you don't even know what to do with all of it. I'm talking tons and tons and tons. And guess what? If you are that person, raise your hand. That would be me. That would be me. I have so much content, it's ridiculous. What I found was that I needed a membership. I never really wanted to have a membership. I was like, oh, it's more work, it's more things to manage, blah, 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 blah. But when I actually realized what a membership could do for me and all the content that I had, I was like, sign me up. We're doing this. This is it. So I'm going to talk to you about how I broke down all of my content and how I've actually filtered all of it down into what is now the Absolute Marketing Membership, where you're actually seeing this video. So first thing I did was recognize that I had so much content. So you just have to be like, hi, I'm Elizabeth and I have too much content. That's what you have to start with. So if you're thinking that right now, congratulations. That's the first step. The second step would be to start categorizing it. So for me, we have our 5 pillars of marketing. And I just started taking each video that I'd done, each post that I had done, every single little piece that every presentation that I had, all of that stuff. And I started saying, I have 5 pillars of marketing. Everything has to fit in here. If it doesn't fit in here, then where does it go? Right? It has a miscellaneous category, like inspiration and things like that, right? And even just business in general. Sometimes I'll talk about, financial aspects of business or team aspects or hiring aspects, all that stuff. And it's just kind of miscellaneous. It doesn't fit in with my 5 pillars, but I had to start somewhere. So I was like, all right, branding is one of my pillars. Where's all my stuff on branding? And every time I would come across something in my archives of all my files, because I try to clean out my files regularly, and this is something I definitely recommend you plan a day to do, is clean out your files. When I found something on branding, I had a folder and I would drop it in that folder. I did not try and look through it. I did not try and read through it. I just knew this file is a branding file. This is a branding template. This is a branding video, a branding presentation, whatever. Drop it in that file. Now, once I got to a certain point and a lot of my files had been cleaned out and I knew where things were, then I started to say, all right, what is going to go into a course? What is going to be free? And once I had that separated, then I could start putting it into the membership. And I chose Mighty Networks, which is actually one of our affiliates in our Pro Toolkit. So if you want to go to our website, you can go to getabsolutemarketing.com and download the free Pro Toolkit. That will actually show you all the affiliates that we use, all the programs we use for everything, podcasting, just websites, all of it. And Mighty Networks is in there. I would love if you would use our code. I love, love, love Mighty Networks, and you're in it right now. So you're seeing that, how great it is and how awesome it is. They're constantly improving it. There's huge updates coming, which I'm so excited about and hope that I get to share that with you soon from Mighty Networks that we're going to be able to be utilizing. So as you see this video, look around Mighty Networks. Look at how amazing it is. It's like Facebook and Kajabi and Teachable, and think of other ones that you've heard of, all had this great, amazing baby. And now we can have our own network. We can have our own social platform that also houses all of our courses, all of our content, all of our videos. So what I did was I closed my Facebook group. Why do I want to manage yet another thing? I don't. And my Facebook group was not growing, by the way. It was stagnant at 80 people for, 5 years. And I couldn't get it to grow. And I did all the things the gurus say, and I did all the things. And you guys know, I'm the marketing person, and I couldn't even get my own Facebook group to grow. And I was really disappointed, and it was very discouraging. And then when I found Mighty Networks, I was like, this is really cool. It's so intuitive. And I started to put everything on here. And I went to my email list, I went to social media, and I said, hey, everybody, I'm inviting you. It's free. Join. Let's see if this works together. And in the first 2 to 3 months, I had over 200 people signed up. And I had never had that many people in my Facebook groups before. So this was huge. So when I was looking at this and saying, okay, how can I take all this content that I have that I want to share or reshare? Putting it on social media wasn't working. Putting it into a Facebook group wasn't working. And I knew I needed a permanent home for it. And when I found Mighty Networks, I knew that that was the permanent home, because I actually had this experience once. I was talking to someone about being on their summit. Okay, I'm doing an interview to be a speaker. And I'm on this Zoom call with like 5 other women. The main person, who's like the biggest square in my Zoom thing, right? Like the biggest one. She was on there and she asked me, tell me about your membership. And I started telling her about it, and I gave everybody the link in the chat. And they said, okay, well, we'll look at this, like, as, part of the interview. The woman actually opened it right that second and started joining bits of the membership, right? Like, so you can go in, you join the main membership, and then there's things you can get for free and like join. She started just like joined it. She was in there, she was clicking around. She's like, wow, this is cool. And I said, wait, while we've been having this conversation, you just joined and you're clicking around already? She's like, yeah, it's so intuitive. So once I had that experience, I knew that this was the perfect platform to put all of my content in. And I knew that it was going to catch everyone's attention when they joined. So I want to encourage you that little bit by little bit, start cleaning out your files. So admitting that you have too much content is the first thing. Number 2 is start cleaning out your files and start categorizing all the content you have. If it's written content and you have notes here and there and you have notebooks full of things, I know people that have notebooks and notebooks full of stuff. I would recommend to start on your phone or in your computer, go to the notes section and start a folder of notes, because you can do that there, or like a notebook, right? And then each note would be text just from all the different places. So I have, for example, a branding folder or branding notebook in my Apple Notes. And then each of the notes or the pages inside that branding folder are all bits and pieces from all over the place. And then when I actually go to create my branding, when I went to create my branding course, I would pull all my videos and all of my presentations and everything from my branding folder on my computer. And then I went to my notes and I got all my branding text together and I started to write from that. And I was able to write some pieces that go in our 5 Days to Freedom ebook. And I just started putting all those pieces together. So as long as things are organized, you're going to find it much, much, much easier to actually put all of that great content that you have sitting on your computer, stuck, trapped in a little box, out there to the world so that other people can use it and benefit from it. Talk to you next time.